So there's seniority. So I'm doing the press conferences. I'm sent to small events, but every time I'm sent to an event, I come back with pictures and I deliver. Now, I forgot to tell you the funny thing about poverty. So between my mother dying and in between and me selling books and all that, I opened a video show.
What?
In Juja Road. And in the video show, my business partner was a police officer called Minor for protection. Now, this video show would show movies and all that. Then at night, it would show pornography.
Yeah.
But now, I'm saved. I can't watch pornography. So, bro, I was that hypocrite. Yani, naeka movie, natoka inje. Ikisha, nakam, Boni, kamu toe. Nakam natoa. I'm serious. Nakam tape tu hapo. Liko na run video show.
Also very funny. You were in partnership with a cop.
So cop was, I was very small. So to avoid paying money every day, so I got this cop. Said, I'll give you shareholding, you give a cut, deal with other people. Because police used to pass there every day. And that's why I regretted that I lost some of my negatives. Because I had the video show, I had pictures of these things.
You had a huge... Okay, to endelea with this story. So where are we now? We're 2005, huh?
Yeah, so 2005.
You haven't met... two people have you met? Have you met Njeri?
No.
Okay. Have you met your dad?
No, so when my mother died, I met my dad when I was 17. So when my mother died is when I knew it was my dad. My auntie told me. So he told me, this is your father. And then my dad said, let's meet the family. So I met the other people in the family. So I met my siblings.
Not from his side?
No, yes, met his 2 sons and 1 daughter, yeah. Yeah, so, but, yeah, my dad, yeah, you go too.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, okay, let's, what happens then now in this time? Or are we about to now enter 2007?
No, so 2006. So I'm still a church boy and all that. I buy a motorbike.
Yeah, I remember you in a muti.
So I bought... So motorbike, I can respond to things faster, I can move around. Those are the days there are not so many bikes in Nairobi. So I had a Honda 250. And then I go, so I think these are my life changes actually. So around that's 2006 now. I went, I remember even the month actually. It was June 2006. I went to Steers. When I went to Steers, I went there to look for a friend of mine called Max. So Maxi was there with a group of people.
Maxi?
Wajua Maxi moja?
Maxi Wedera?
No, not Maxi Wedera. There's another called Max Kehara.
No, okay.
Oh, not Max Wedera, Max Kehara. So Maxi, nikapata Maxi hapo, alikuwa na madem fulani hapo. It was a group of people. It was around the time Mavuno was preaching about sex in the city. Yeah, sex in the city. And there was a debate about sex in that group. And that sex conversation was very, very, very heated. And in that group, there was one lady who was arguing her point so well. She was like, wow, and can okiwa dem. Now, problem is, Maxi anakatia dem. Sasa, ndugu sasa nikutafuta sasa namba ya simu. Na yeye dem akona jamaa, nilikuwa nimeingia na bike. Nilikuwa nimeingia na helmet, na jacko. So kwa sababu anasema, huyu boy ni nani? And so it took me like a month to get a reason to get her number. I called her the day before my birthday. She wasn't available to meet. And then she said, she had this thing, batata, what's the name? It's called, there's a name in English, can't remember. She had a thing, like in the eye. Yeah, so she didn't want to meet that. They said, no, I'm not very well. I said, Mia, because I was telling her, I want to meet with you. You know me, I work with this magazine. I want to take your pictures for the magazine. That was my
that was your
line.
Yes.
That was my line. So she said no. So we met the day after my birthday. So we met, went for a date, and then we spoke the entire night. Like we went and met, and then I was called to go and cover a story. We went to Kenyatta Hospital together because I was riding a bike. We covered a story. There was something happening. There was an outbreak of what disease. I went back, filed my pictures, went for a movie. Like, we spoke the entire night. And that began our romance with Njeri. Now.
So what you're trying to say, you need to thank Mavuno.
for the song Sex in the City.
Yes,
now, what actually happened? So, I'm this staunch guy, and I'm not having sex. So, but I meet this girl, Nini. One thing that happens to another, we have sex. First time, and she gets pregnant. So now, she becomes pregnant, and then says she doesn't want anything to do with me.
What?
Yes, she doesn't want anything to do with me. What I didn't even know, alikuwa pia nakatiwa. Unajua alikuwa nakatiwa. So yeye kwa nataka stories zangu asema, no, you know, she had a chastity ring. It was just drama. So now it's for me to convince her man to become my girlfriend, which she doesn't want. So of 9 months of my son's pregnancy, Nate, it was me convincing her, talking to her, showing up. Like I used to go see her every day.
Hold on. Nate, do you know this?
Yeah, is it?
My son is there. Wait.
Hey, bro.
Hey, bro. Madam. Hey. But I was telling Njeri, the day on her graduation day, she graduated in 2004 from Desta University. You know, I was at that graduation selling flowers outside. So I tell her, the flowers you got on your graduation day, they came from me. I've loved you even before you knew I existed. Yeah.
So she India's box finally.
So for 9 months, yeah. So no, 9 months. It's, you know, like kawaida tu ya dem akiwa na ball.
Yeah.
The stress nini, I'm there nini. So Nate is born. So she gets pregnant July 2006, and Nate is born May 2007, May 15th. But guess what? So let me talk about my photography journey and what set me apart from other people. As a photographer, I was able to write. So among the people who are taking pictures during that time, among my peers, there was no one like me. Because when editors came to say, who can shoot and write, I used to raise my hand. So like in 2006, the Kenya Tourism Board had an expo in France. I was sent to France, and I came with these stories. I went to.
Is this the first time you're out of the country, by the way?
Yes, and I go to France, man.
The first time hata ukwenda UG or TZ?
No, I go to France, man. I go to the strip clubs, and I come and write stories about Paris and strippers. And
you were the first influencer, you guys.
sex clubs. South African airline South African government tourism board want someone who can go to South Africa and write. I go to Joburg, I go to Cape Town, I go for the jazz festival, I come back and write.
Yo,
bro, that's 2006. So I'm this guy who is here, but I'm doing stories beyond now. And at the standard now, so for me to show that...
So you take a photo, but then you also write a story.
I write stories. So weekends, when guys, if there was no event in Nairobi, I'll get into a public vehicle and go to Baringo and do a story about Baringo. And I've missed out a story. Now let me tell you, before I did the Baringo story, when I was in Bible school in 2003, I saw a story in the 2003. There was a story about Njeri. Njeri is the Luo believe that this snake brings good luck. The big snake, Njeri. So there was an Njeri spotted in Western Kenya, or Nyanza, and people went and said, oh, this snake has brought good luck charm. People said it has been set by the gods and all that. There were so many people. And then I read in the papers there was another guy in Baringo who had snakes as well. And this guy had snakes and he had a python in his snakes. So me, I go to Baringo, tell this man, I can make you rich. There's an agricultural show.
I remember this. Yes.
Agricultural show. Now, dude, me, I'm going to make you money. We're going to take this snake of yours to go to Nairobi, say, Njeri is here. Now, so I convinced this guy, I come back to Nairobi, he told me how to build snake cages. I built snake cages, tengeneza a room hapo, ASK show. Now the
How
day,
did you even get access to SK show? You went and paid
yeah,
for a
paid
stand.
for a stall. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I bring him to Nairobi. Now this is where the stupidity came in. I told my pastors about the place. I said, that's excellent. Now instead of telling me to write Mary is here, they said don't write that. They said you shall trample upon serpents. I write a scripture. I even see that picture. You can see that picture. So I didn't write Mary is here. I wrote Mary is here the last one day or the last when they realized they're not making money. Because they said no, write scripture there. Because that was the time I was in Bible school. Bro, in Bible school I was just trying to do anything, even showing people snakes. So I had this pet snake where nikaleta manyoka kwa room, nikaleta watu. We didn't make enough money, but that's how I had hustled, yani. So you see, I was hustling like that, and then I had hustled as a following Pastor Pius Muru. So when I became a photographer, I knew where the stories are. Go to Baringo and write a story about Baringo, and come back and give it to my paper, and they would publish the Baringo story. So when the time came,
And no one was really doing that.
No one was doing that.
They were doing just within Nairobi.
People like to be sent for assignments. Even before I met Njeri, there's a chick I was catering. And if you ask everyone who remembers me, they remember me that I always had a camera. Everywhere I went. Like there's a picture called Offbeat. So in a newspaper, like if it's a dry day, like if you go to a newsroom today and there's nothing happening, the editor tells someone, go and get me an Offbeat. So you go out, walk around, and if you see something interesting, take a picture and come and file, and then it's published. So Offbeat pictures. I knew people didn't take Offbeat pictures. So me, I used to walk around in the car looking for Offbeat pictures.
24/7, 365.
Every single day. Bro, if there's a fire, wherever it is, me, I used to go. Matatu, whatever it is. The reason I bought my own motorbike.
To go faster.
Because when I went to go, I would go to the newsroom and say I want a car. No, I was young. No one is taking me seriously. But I would go with my motorbike and go and get access. And do you know where they realized that I was going to become a good photographer? Was that 2005, 2006. There was a building that collapsed in Nyamakima. And when it collapsed, all photographers who work in this country and others who flew in were there. But I was able to sneak in and take a picture of someone being removed from the rubble. I was the only one in that picture. And then the following day to the hospital, and I followed that guy and took a picture of him after in hospital playing with his son. And watu kasema huyu jamani nani? Like,
let me ask you, why did you follow him after to continue with that story?
So you know the way this actually happens a lot. There's a bit of jealousness in the newsroom, where if you take a nice picture and they think if this guy goes back, he's going to take a better one. They send you somewhere it is boring. But when I went, I took a nice photo of the same guy. Like there was a day before, the day after, it was like, wow. So there was that. Like when Mandela came to Kenya, I was assigned to cover Mandela. When I went to the book, there's something, it's called a docket book, where it's Mandela visit, Boniface Mwangi. Someone removed and say someone else. I'll go and get assigned to cover Obama, then find my name is removed. Like, and if you're seen a photographer comes and removes you and swaps you, there's nothing you can do. So yes, someone can say no, mbona mtumei kazi. So they'll send me anywhere, but I'll still bring back pictures. I'll just go and just come back with amazing pictures. So now, so I go to France. I went.
How was that experience for you? That's your first time out of the country, and you're not even just going to Uganda. Heck, you're not even going to South Africa for your first trip. You're going to an English-speaking country.
It was
in Europe.
First was culture shock. That's the first place I met.
How old are you at this time?
I'm 21.
Nice.
Yeah, so I go to France. I don't know anything, man. I have no idea. So there's a guy working for Kenya Tourism Board. I won't mention his name now. He's very born again and very staunch. He's who I was those days. So he's the one who showed me strip clubs, showing me this red light. The place where I went and found a church converted into a bar. Church is converted into strip club. It was like it was used to be a cathedral, but now it's a bar. I met a lady who told me, no, I don't believe in God. God is my mother and my mother is dead. You know that? It was a culture shock. But still, bro, I'm just trying to learn these things. I'm still praying. I still do pray, but now I'm still so I'm just casting out demons and praying for people and filing pictures and writing stories. So I come back. So I'm very handy. So when we went, from at the Pulse actually, I moved from being just a mere photographer to photographer writer. Like when there's a story, if I go for an event, I'll cover stories. When Akon came to Kenya and he went to Dar es Salaam, I go to Dar and I come back and write a story, those things.
Oh, nice. And that meant more pay?
It meant more pay. Dude, now, please, I'm going to send you out. Can you just sit still? That's my son. Or come behind me. Then sit still. Stop fidgeting. Just hold your hands. Because it's too distracting.
It's confusing you.
Yeah.
Okay, sir.
So it means more pay. So in a month I can get 50 to 60,000 from this many things. That's how I'm able to buy a motorbike. So I have a motorbike. I am now now I've run away from poverty now.
You're out.
Yeah, so when Njeri gets pregnant, he says you must move houses. So, because I can't come to this house. So I moved to Adams a kid. Hapo nyuma Adams next to, hapo nyuma Toy Market, karibu na hapo. We moved there. Staying in this house, it's a 2-bedroom, there's a shower. This is the first time in my life. First time, and that's 2006. First time in my life since I was born. And I'm in the same house with the toilet. And there's a shower. Every other house I'd lived in, I used to shower with a bucket. You shower using a bucket, and it was outside toilets. It was not even, and you have to squat. So now, that's the first time now niko na toilet seat kwa hao. Unakaa. Hey, hao. Life ni poor. Still. So hapo ninajaribu kutafuta, what do I want to do? So standard, I'm rising there. Nate is born April May 2007, 15th May 2007. But I'm now one of the best photographers. I'm taking very good pictures. Now, because I'm shooting so much, I'm getting more than 100,000 a month in my photography. And so the company says, no, you have to be on salary now. We're going to give you a medical cover. We're going to give you everything. But they're going to put a limit to your pay. So they put me on a 90K salary. So I'm earning 90,000 in 2007. 90K.
Before we entered 2007, 2006 something huge happened.
Yes.
The CNN.
No, so I own it in 2008.
Oh, 2008. I thought you owned. Oh yes, 2008 and sorry, my bad.
Yeah.
Okay, sir.
So,
actually, right. Just spoil my bad.
2006, I won a small award, some World Health Organization, for my photo called the Camel Boy, and the Camel Boy is one of my favorite pictures.
Tell me about the Camel Boy.
So the Camel Boy, I was assigned. His story to unaingia kwa newsroom, and then they say there's a story to be done in the Dab refugee camp. And so those hardship work yupatia mtu kama Boniface Mwangi. So we passed Garissa, then I see this.
And they handle your expenses, huh?
No, you're going with the company car.
Okay.
Yeah. You're given impressed, and you travel. So I had a very small camera, went and shoot. It was a G6. It's a Canon G6. We go to, there's a place called Al Akbar, I think. After Garissa, there was this herders and with their cameras and all that. There's a boy just seated next there as the family was giving their camels water. And I shot a picture. I took my phone down and put the camera like this. Shoot it with an angle, and it's such a beautiful picture of a just boy, blue sky, just a beautiful image. And then that photo has made me more money than any other picture.
Because they keep buying it.
People just keep buying it. People like hanging it in their homes.
Whoa.
So people just order prints of that picture. It's just beautiful. And
let me ask you, in fact, we'll enter to 2007. 2007 is huge. But as a photographer, what do you look for? Why are you doing it?
So at that particular time, so I want to tell stories, but I'm getting paid and I don't have to speak. I don't have to say anything.
But my question is more so from the creative angle. What is it about that boy that made you see a photo that maybe other guys would have just passed?
I think the serenity of the entire space, and then the angle. Because if I had taken the picture, and I can share the one before I shot that one, it was very busy background, kulikuwa na camels and all that. But when I changed the angle, it was just the boy in the blue sky, and that's just the peacefulness of that entire picture.
Okay. And
then I wanted to tell you, when I was refusing to be in other artists' music videos, when I was in Bible school, I was part of a song and we did a music video.
With who?
With my classmates.
What is the song?
It's called Angaza. Angaza. I won't sing it. Play it for people.
What I'd like to say is because most of the guys in the arts and the media, they happen to be born again, they go out there to backslide because you find someone like Britain. Okay, let me say that he claims that he's born again, but you find that his lifestyle is contrary. When you find that you're a musician and you're singing gospel music, but your lifestyle doesn't show it. So you find that people say that they're singing music to make money, and you find that someone is doing a collaboration with an unbeliever, and you find that an unbeliever is not born again. He doesn't know what he's singing about. Just the good voice and everything. He just goes to there, remix the song and start selling the song. People say people are doing music, okay, gospel music for the sake of money. You find someone like Pitty Asani, something back she's born again. Now if you hear her, she's so disgusting and the words she says and all that. So you find that the musician and the guys in the arts are the one giving themselves the bad publicity because of their lifestyle, what they do. Because there's no you can tell me that you are cutting razor for non-believers every place and you're born again. It's contrary. Because when you go to when you go on stage, when you say I love Jesus Christ and it's carnival, people start booing you. And because you want to win them on your side, you try to be like neutral, and then you try to be lukewarm, and it's impossible. So you're either God's side or Babylonian, okay, I'm going to be my side. You're either born again or not born again. But it's not like that, okay, I'm born again, but I'm just doing this.
I even have a music video. I have a music video, bro.
Okay, so let's check it to 2007.
So 2007,
then we'll order food in a bit.
Yeah, 2007, our son is born, and 2007 is where there was the Mungiki crackdown.